Hello everybody, welcome to Read Every Day. It's day 14, reading letters. Now these are my favourite letters that I've received in the past. So today, listen as I read a letter from all of these people, and your task is to do the reading strategy, get a general idea. So you just need to listen and think, what was that letter all about? If you want to do a bit more work for your English, you can use this chart. We'll look very quickly at that. And this chart, you just get a set of letters and you look at where's it from, what's it for, who's it aimed at, and what's the language. But for today, our task, listen to letters and get some understanding of what they were about. Are you ready? Let's begin. So first of all, my letter from Roald Dahl in November 1990. So here I have the letter, private and confidential. Hello, gorgeous Mrs. Cumming. How nice is that? Hello, gorgeous Mrs. Cumming and all the clever children in class 7A, because the letter was written to all of us, who wrote to me. Thank you so much for the lovely letters. And then Roald Dahl provides a poem for us, and it's about Christmas because this letter was sent in November, very close to December celebrations. Where art thou, Mother Christmas? I really wish I knew. Why father should get all the praise and no one mentions you. I'll bet you buy the presents and wrap them large and small, while all the time the dirty swine pretends he's done it all. So hail to Mother Christmas, the uncomplaining slave. And down with Father Christmas, that good-for-nothing knave. So you really have to read his poem with a sense of humour. And I really love that the letter ends with love from Roald Dahl, and he signed it. How nice is that? My next letter comes from Buckingham Palace, April 2002, and I love letters from Buckingham Palace because you can see they have the insignia on the top. So this is a formal letter, Dear Mrs. Cumming, and it's about the Golden Jubilee Poetry Competition because I was one of the judges for the Golden Jubilee Poetry Competition in 2002. Thank you very much for coming here on the 28th of March. I understand that you would be happy to, and then it gives information about what I agreed to do as a judge with Andrew Motion, who was the Poet Laureate at the time. So as Andrew Motion explained, and it tells me some information that he said, and then the next formal phrase is, I should be grateful if you would return this to this address, and I get Buckingham Palace address. And please complete the enclosed form. If you have any queries, that's a lovely formal phrase, isn't it? If you have any queries, please do not hesitate to telephone me, and then it gives me a telephone number and it's signed. So really the gist of that letter is that it came from Buckingham Palace. It was about the Golden Jubilee Poetry Competition, and it gave information, extra information about what I needed to do as a judge, one of the judges for that poetry competition. So I've kept that letter. I wonder if you keep letters that you get. So my next letter, anybody can write a letter to their MP. So I'm really pleased to have a response from my MP. And this letter again is formal. It was written in March 2010, and it starts off with my MP's address, the House of Commons address, the date, my address, and then it says, Dear Miss Cumming, please find enclosed a copy of the response I have received from the Minister regarding the vetting and barring scheme. I hope the enclosed information will be of assistance. Please do not hesitate to contact me again if I can be of other assistance in the future. And then it's signed, yours sincerely, and the signature of my MP. So I know that something is enclosed in this letter. There's extra information, and that extra information is this letter. So the next letter is from Baroness Morgan, and this letter starts with the address at the top for Westminster, and then it has my MP's House of Commons address, because this letter is not written to me. When I look at this letter is written to my MP, and he's sent it on to me, forwarded this to me. So it says, thank you for your letter of the date, my name and address, and I'm replying as the Minister responsible for child safeguarding policy. So very formal, and the next paragraph tells about how a number of members of the National Union of Teachers have written to their MPs, and that's why I had written. And the National Union of Teachers, NUT, doesn't exist anymore, but it amalgamated, it added together with another union. And it did a campaign to get teachers to write to their MPs to make sure that we gave our opinion in response to some decisions they were making in the Department of Education. So I'm glad to see that Miss Cumming in her letter both supported the principle of safeguarding and welcomed our acceptance of recommendations, and there's a lot more formal language there, and it's ended yours, which you don't see very often now, do you, that end for a formal letter, yours, and then it's signed, and that tells me that that letter has come from the person that is answering the letter that I've sent. Well, have a look at how many letters you keep, and I'll look with you for the next session. Perhaps, like Belle there, look for reading the book. Bye now.